Wow, there's nothing like a cedar strip canoe. Amazing.
Holy smokes, you got stock. Let's dive in, I'd say.
I may get in and never get out.
Hey, you look good at that.
Oh. I've never tried to mate a moose, so I didn't know what they sounded like. Oh, I love that.
Don't fall, Scott, because I'm not catching you.
That's the St. Glan of the Beaver. It's used in the perfume trade.
Oh, to beaver balls. What you mean by that is
No.
Oh, now that's a pretty boat.
we wanted that canoe bad.
Real bad.
Whoa! I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
We're off on a Saskatchewan adventure. And you know me, I always like the delicacy of the area.
Yeah? I think you should get your frying pan ready for some beaver balls.
We're gonna head north, up to L'Orange, and then even north of L'Orange up to Mississippi.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
Say that 6 times after having 3 beer. Well, I got my eye out for a 14-foot or less cedar strip canoe, hopefully a chestnut or a Peterborough.
Part of the reason I wanted to come up here was just to see the Churchill River. That was virtually a highway by canoes for the fur trade.
I'm always flabbergasted when I think of people getting into a birch bark canoe and crossing Canada.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what they thought they might see, whether they thought they were going to come back?
It was kind of like picking. It's a very unusual day in that we're going to see a guy that has a trading post. Scott Robertson. He wheels and deals in furs with natives.
I think we must be getting pretty darn close.
Here we are,
Yep.
Robertson Trading Company.
I'm just going to pull in here.
And look at the voyageurs on the sign.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be excellent. Oh, yeah.
Yikes. Whoa. Yeah, they got every kind of animal known to man here. Look at the eagle. Look at the bald eagle.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at the bear trap.
Incredible. They sell food and groceries and all sorts of beautiful crafts. You ever seen this many jackets in one spot?
You must be Scott.
I am.
I'm Scott, too.
Hello there.
Sheldon, nice to meet you.
You run this place.
It runs me.
I can see that. You got a lot of stuff here.
We buy and sell all the wild fur skins. Beaver casters, moose hides, moccasins, mucklucks. We still deal with Aboriginal people on a daily basis, and we've been doing it now for 44 years. This is all the work of my father.
Wow.
I just keep the doors open. That's my dad wearing a beaver felt hat, standing in front of a truckload of baled fur. We buried my dad in a pair of moose hide moccasins, laid out on a black beaver skin.
That's a good way to go. I see a Hudson's Bay pot up there. I'm zeroing in on the historically interesting things that are at least 100 or more years old. Yeah, they're always copper.
They're always copper. That pot could be 400 years old.
Exactly. They never change much.
A trapper bringing one of those home to his wife would have been a prince. I mean, their standard of living would have gone through the roof. Now they can boil tea and boil meat. I've actually found 3 in my lifetime.
I'm just curious if you have any idea what they're worth.
I think they're worth in the neighborhood of $400.
So have you ever been offered money on this?
No, and those I wouldn't sell.
I noticed you got a ton of bear traps.
My father loved bear traps.
Do you have any bear traps for sale?
My father won't let me sell them, so sorry, guys.
Well, why don't you show us around a bit, and let's see what we can talk about, and maybe we can help you and you can help us.
I'm drooling already. Love the birch bark canoe.
I'd buy one of those.
No. Not everything is for sale.
These are beautiful, they're interesting, but they really should be out there and enjoyed, not tucked away and hanging up, not for sale.
So are the beaver coming back? I notice you have pelts.
The beaver are back in spades, and this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Sheldon buys every beaver we see.
I've always been intrigued by the fur trade. It's so important to the history of our country.
That was the currency for the entire continent for what, 200 years?
Yeah.
Everything of value was measured against the skin of a blanket beaver. This is a bale of otter skins. This is my favorite fur.
Scott Robertson is still wheeling and dealing in furs, just like guys have done for several hundred years.
All gorgeous. There's no junk in here.
Yeah, I love them. I'm gonna start with 2 beavers.
So Sheldon, you're buying this for yourself here?
Yeah,
Just so I'm clear on that.
but you don't mind if I have a buyer for it that I can turn them over at a profit?
Don't bother me at all.
Scott and I are usually partners in everything, but every once in a while I'll step into something that he doesn't want to partake in.
And vice versa. I don't have a problem with traditional hunting and fishing. I don't tell anyone how to live their life, but I had ferrets as pets. It's just not my thing.
These are river otters.
Well, river, lake, yeah.
While Sheldon's impersonating a fur trader, I walk back to the front of the store and I see something that doesn't belong. What's the story on that? It's an orphan. And I was wondering whether that's something that you might be prepared to part with. Good old 1950s or 60s, buckskin jacket, beautiful beadwork. It's hidden under a 1-hour martinizing bag. So I'm thinking, wow, maybe that's up for grabs.
Sorry.
You didn't even know it was there until I pointed it out, did you?
You're right. No, but
You work here every day, you didn't even know it was there.
yes, you're right. My father would be rolling over in his grave.
What you mean by that is,
No. To tell people that something is not for sale is something most people don't understand. It is a diminishing trade. The good stuff is disappearing.
all these jackets say not for sale. Everything said not for sale.
People come in and look at the beadwork that we have on the walls, the photographs, those big mounted fish. All of that stuff works for us. It's advertising that works 24/7. My father had an expression that if he could find somebody who loves the thing as much as he does, perhaps he'll make a sale. Come on back here, I'll show you guys some of the older stuff.
They almost look like what we would call prairie oysters. But
That's the scent gland of the beaver. We still buy and sell that stuff.
No scent to the scent gland.
It's very mild. It's used in the perfume trade. This
Really?
kind of thing is
yeah.
worth $50 a pound.
oh, to beaver balls.
We have stuff like albino wolverines, which are extremely rare.
Pound for pound, that's probably the toughest animal on the face of the earth.
It's like the Tasmanian devil, yeah?
Known to take on bear.
Yeah, I've heard stories. He's mean and ornery. I'm just gonna get you guys a bunch of beadwork to look at and just make you drool. These are beaded moose hide coin purses, a lady's coin purse made by a local lady. She's a Cree woman. She's my favorite beader.
It's just exquisite, isn't it?
This is the best work I've seen.
I would take all the ones that were the same size and I'd put them in a shadow box frame,
Yeah.
piece of ultraviolet glass in front of it.
And if Scott and I stepped up and said, we're going to offer you a good, serious dollar for all these pieces,
I'd say come back in 20 years, I'll see if I've changed my mind.
okay.
From my perspective, it's a tragedy to see it there and not for sale. And I don't believe in hoarding because I want somebody else to enjoy it.
Hoard that stuff. Hoard the good stuff.
You and I come from different places.
Absolutely, I see that. A good fur buyer doesn't just grade the skin, he grades the trapper as well. It's the same when you're selling this stuff. You want it to go to a good home? Absolutely, you're grading that buyer. Sheldon is the sort of the soft shoe kind of guy who seems to have an appreciation, and Scott is the mercenary. He's there to buy and sell and make a buck.
Are you looking to sell any stuff?
You guys can have a look around. There is stuff for sale.
But I did notice there was a woman leafing through moose hides, and I struck up a conversation. Are these smoke tanned?
Yeah, they're smoke tanned hide. They all have different textures.
Turns out that Lori's one of the artisans whose works we were drooling over earlier. This is a beautiful vest. I thought, what the heck, I might as well try it on. That's a pretty nice vest.
Yeah.
I like the beadwork.
And those are made out of glass beads. That's my passion, is beads and hides
Yeah.
and everything. I don't think he wants to take off the vest.
I think he wants to buy that vest.
That looks really nice on you.
What would you charge?
Between 5 and 6 cents.
She wanted between $500 and $600 for it.
Because I want the glass bead and
Well,
stuff.
he's a picker, though.
Yeah, so if you
he's going to
said
be talking 5.
if you
You're
said
talking-
between 5 and 6, I'd
We're
probably
gonna
go the
meet you halfway.
5. Sold. Out of respect to Lori and her craftsmanship, I'm happy to pay the extra $50. I like this one.
It's a traditional Cree berry basket.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a couple of these paddles. Quite the pair of moccasins. So if I put together a bit of a bundle, you can maybe shave a little bit off the price?
A couple of cents.
Okay, well here's my little bundle here. How'd I do?
Well, I would have expected more, but totals $8.85. If I knock off $235, that's 27%. $6.50.
Could you say 6?
Jesus. I have to declare you as a dependent. All right, 600.
Deal, thank you very much.
Been
Thanks
fun?
a lot.
It's been an education. I'm happy that we had the experience. It was unique. I'll never forget L'Orange because of it.
Let's get on the road and try and find ourselves a canoe.
On to the next pick.
I love the town. Everything about it was great except that there was nothing to buy.
We've got to be persistent. I'm feeling like something good is just around the corner. So today should be interesting. Going to see Lynn. Lynn was a commercial pilot, a bush pilot at the age of 17.
Wow.
Yeah. He's got a few things, including a cedar strip canoe.
We've got a guy that wants one. Fellow we know, we sell lots of stuff to him, said, I'm looking for a cedar strip 14-foot canoe.
And he wants a chestnut or Peterborough, or maybe a Huron.
Yeah, he wants it to be beautiful.
You need a four-wheel drive on this road.
Yep, this is the place.
Yeah. Beautiful log house.
Yeah, see, look, there's a shed, too. Hopefully we can get to it. That's the key.
Hey, you'd be Lynn.
Great to see you guys here.
Hey, Lynn, Scott, how are you?
Hi, real good.
You're a bush pilot?
I am too, yeah.
Apparently you're a legend.
Well, not really. I've been here a long time, that's all. I'm just old. Yeah, come on, I'll show you around.
Okay.
I quit school when I was very young. I went into aviation. This is really nice shape, and it's not for sale.
You know us too well.
There you go. I thought I better point that out because I'm not selling it, but
Yeah.
I like good stuff.
You get to read people in this business, and he is a straight shooter. It's a buffalo robe, Shell.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's spread this out, Scott.
Yeah.
Nice hide, good size, good condition.
This would be a good cutter robe, right? Just to throw across you
Yeah,
when you're on a
that's what,
cutter.
Oh,
that's what
perfect.
they use
Yeah,
them for.
yeah.
Yeah.
That buffalo hide could be made into a jacket, buffalo chaps.
So what would you need out of a buffalo robe?
I don't know what they're worth because I can't remember what I paid for it.
That's a piece we can buy here, take back to Calgary.
This one we would be about $150, I think.
I'm going to shake your hand at 150
And
bucks.
I'm going to
Okay,
shake
you
your
got
hand
that?
too.
Yeah,
that's very
reasonable.
fair.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about that? Sealskin?
Yeah, that was sealed. I picked that up on my travels someplace.
It looks like it's your size.
Let's see if I can do a Superman
go.
cape. I got a new name, Super Seal.
I was hoping that Scott would jump in the water and maybe try to swim in it. I could see somebody coming up with a harpoon and it's all over for the picker.
You don't see too many seals up here.
No.
I know we can sell a buffalo robe. I don't know
Yeah.
about a sealskin.
This is our house here.
Wow.
We walk in, and this is a guy's cabin. Hey, your hands don't get cold in those in the winter.
No, those are my mitts I use for skidooing. Is
that wolf?
That's wolf.
Wow. It's got mounts of fish on the wall, it's logs, it's art everywhere. I love it. Birch bark moose call. You probably know how to use this thing.
Well, not as good as some people, but I can give it a try here. Oh.
Myself, I've never tried to mate a moose, so I didn't know what they sounded like.
That was music to a female moose's ears.
I'm sure it was.
Kind of sounds like Scott loading the truck.
Well, you know, there's the other one. Here's another one. Here, Moose. Here, Moose.
Sheldon and I both have picker's eyes, which is we're constantly scanning.
Look at that hat, Scott.
Clear the spiders out of the shirt.
Spiders.
It's birch, isn't
bark,
it?
Yeah. It's birch
Hey,
bark. There you go.
You look good in a birch bark hat. It actually even went beyond a cowboy hat. It had kind of an upscale, sort of a riverboat gambler hat, is what I would call that.
People say I got a wooden head. There you go.
That's hilarious.
Anytime we see anything that's that weird, we know there's going to be a market for it.
What would it cost us to buy a hat like that?
Well, that particular one, I don't think you could find one like it anywhere. So let's see. Well, for you guys, I'll give you a deal, $75.
I think for $75 we can't get beat up on it.
Okay.
I'll have the only birch bark cowboy hat in Western Canada.
I'd like to show you one of my rifles, and you have to be a real person that appreciates it. Now, this is a 1907. You can tell the Browning look at it. It was
Yeah.
Stevenson, but it was licensed by Browning.
This is that very typical Browning shape.
Now, the unique thing about this, there's not one number on anything. It was right out of the factory, and you never get guns without numbers on the parts. They're
So
all
would that be like
stamped.
a prototype or something?
A prototype, yes.
Yeah. It was clearly a collectible gun, had a real good history to it.
And that's a little over 100 years old, this one. But I mean, this gun's $1,000, so.
We find that all the time, that people think they know what we want.
I brought my permit with me, but I have a feeling for $1,000.
If he wants to show it to us, it's because he values it.
But that's why I put the price where it is there, because I don't want to sell this.
Oh, I could kind of tell you weren't keen on selling it. Not something we were interested in, but we're here. Heck, we're going to look around and see if there's other things.
We walk down the hill, and I can see from a distance is a little canoe. Wow.
Yeah, this is made by a local person here. It's a fiberglass cedar strip.
Small.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is.
good thing.
That's basically one person.
Is it about a 12-footer?
Yeah. The canoe was nice. It was a good size. We've been looking for a canoe for a particular guy.
It's wood, then covered in fiberglass.
That's right. It's a,
Cedar strip.
Thin layer of fiberglass.
yeah.
But you could get that off if you wanted to. No
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
Palm sander, it would clean up real nice.
Could add a
Pretty
grand
perfect.
one.
Yeah.
And what would you need out of a canoe like that?
Oh man, it must be $600 anyway for that one.
Are you firm on that 6?
I'm firm on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, I start at the price I want and I stay there. Yeah.
You gonna throw a couple paddles in if we buy it?
Oh, gee, you guys, my goodness.
It's our job to grind, man.
That's right, it is. I got to think a minute on that. Yeah, now that I got it out of here, I thought, oh, that's a nice old canoe I got here.
Unfortunately, not available.
You don't know how many times we find that where one of us will dig something out of a corner, bring it out, and the person will go, oh, God.
Forgot I had that. I can
well,
use
this happened
that.
to me today.
Say,
Okay.
Lynn, I noticed a few outbuildings.
Yes.
And Scott and I
Oh,
wouldn't be doing
they're
our
pretty-
job if
they're
we
pretty-
weren't
they're
rummaging.
They're pretty junky. Yeah, oh, my goodness.
The junkier, the better.
Oh, my
Can we
goodness.
look?
Yeah, but
Lynn keeps this place real neat.
Do us a favor, sell
yeah,
us your junk.
don't tell anybody where you were.
He didn't want to show us anything that looked dirty and unkept.
This is closed for a reason. You're not supposed to see this.
And he thought that everything he had in there was junk and we wouldn't want it anyway. I see something I like.
What do you see in here? Oh, that's a beautiful prop. That's
Yeah.
for airboat. I guess they could find anything anywhere, those boys.
You can't use this anymore, though. This
No,
is just
no,
a wall
that's
hanger.
just a wall hanger, yeah.
So what would you want for
Oh,
a wall
actually,
hanger?
it's a very valuable. I'm learning from you.
You can't pick a picker, okay?
Oh, okay.
That's what every guy wants, is a propeller on his wall.
That's maple, that one.
This is still good here.
The bigger, the better.
This one's new.
Yeah.
They cost me $625.
Wow. Here, why don't we haul them out?
Yeah, just bring them out and then we'll see.
I got that one.
None of those propellers were super, super old. The really desirable ones are from First World War, Second World War planes. But these were good. They had a good look. They had decals on them.
Did you mention this one's a Saskatchewan one?
Yeah, there's a fellow, Anderson, his name is, from Prince Albert.
Oh, yeah,
makes
there it
those
is, right there. See?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
PA.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're good props, you know.
But it's
yeah.
a nice maple.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. And anybody, even people with a modern home, we'll hang them up.
Yeah, once you clean those up, I think they are, you know.
So this one's a little bit smaller, a little bit newer, a little bit less cool.
Yep.
Would you do 5 for all 3?
Yeah, I guess I'll have $500 that isn't sitting in the warehouse for years.
Shake the man's hand,
So
shall
there we go.
And these are going to make somebody really happy.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
They've already made me happy.
Yeah, they're
You know, we've taken up a bunch of your time. Why don't we get everything loaded up and then we'll settle up?
sure, good.
Excellent. It was a pleasure.
Here we are in northern Saskatchewan. We've met a real colorful character. Let's just fire him in this box.
I can take that one off, hang it like that, and wear this one like that.
I'm not walking into the bar with you.
I feel like Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
That's a beauty, eh, Scott?
They're wonderful.
It was a great day for me today. I sold some stuff and made some money, and I was able to show them this wonderful wilderness we live in. We've invited one of our friends that's a Métis violin player. If you want to listen to him now, if you got time.
Absolutely.
Love to. Scott and I have had just the best day. Well, now we're in heaven. Scott and I both like music, and here's Tristan. Doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, great, hey!
Great end to a great day. So long, and thanks again.
Yes.
See you later.
Wow, did it turn out good when we found those props, because we haven't seen a canoe that we can buy. Everyone thinks their canoes are like gold.
All right, well, we're on the hunt for another one we can actually buy. Beautiful morning up here in the Missinippi area. Missinippi in Cree is the Churchill River.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We've been looking for a canoe for a particular guy. He needs a 14-footer. We're on the trail again. I feel like a canoe man.
That's bad.
We're going to see Rick. Rick's a canoe outfitter. Here's the place.
I can see from a distance a bunch of canoes. I'm excited, and I haven't even got there yet.
Hey, Rick.
That's right.
Sheldon and Scott.
Good to meet you. What got you up here in the first place?
I went on a canoe trip when I was a kid, and I thought, well, why would you go anywhere else? I have about 80 canoes here. These old canoes, they were built with one's hands. Beyond where they can take you and what they can do, they're just a beautiful craft.
We understand you have some cedar strip canoes.
I have a few.
We got a client that may want one, so let's see what you got.
I bet if a few of these canoes could talk, they could tell a pretty good tale.
There are stories behind each one of them.
Whoa, incredible.
So this is an old chestnut prospector.
It's an impressive canoe. Quite nicely done inside. That's exactly what our client is looking for.
There is the saying that anything is for sale at the right price.
It's still got a great logo.
Yeah, that's one of the neat
The
things
logo
about this
is
canoe
beautiful
is-
on that one.
There was an old gentleman in town here. So this gentleman died, and his wife said he wanted you to have the canoe.
Oh. This particular canoe is really attached to Rick.
I could not replace this canoe.
Well, you could replace the canoe, you couldn't replace the story.
No.
It's pretty clear to me that one's not going anywhere, ever. Well, why don't we get this back in the Rafters and look at a canoe we might be able to buy? There's a couple oldies.
What about this one right here?
Yeah, this is a 14-foot Huron.
It's a nice size. Good one-person canoe.
Exactly, yeah.
I could see myself with a fly rod, throw it in the bottom of the boat, go out there and paddle out. And
Yeah. It's a canoe that you want to just savor.
seats are great.
I like the babiche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It's got a really good feeling about it. What would you want for it?
What it's worth and what I would sell it for might not be exactly the same thing.
I want to know what it's worth first. We wanted to gauge where he was coming from in terms of prices, so we know we're in the ballpark price-wise.
I think it's worth Probably 1,500.
We wanted that canoe bad.
Real bad.
I'd have a lot of difficulty selling it for 1,500. I got this canoe for my daughter. My daughter would not be happy if I parted. This is her most favorite thing in the world. She paddles so beautifully, like it's like poetry in motion when she's out on the water in a canoe.
I'll hold him down with the paddle. You take the canoe.
What you would have to do is negotiate with my daughter.
I haven't met Sarah, but I'm not real good with negotiating with teenagers. I got one of my own. I've never been able to negotiate anything with him. So I'm leaving that to Sheldon. I'm out, man.
That canoe under there is my wife's first canoe. She named it Rick's Folly. I went and took it down a shallow rapid one time and wiped out and put a big hole in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I can see the hole.
It's one of those things you shouldn't really run rapids in the dark.
Well, I'm guessing Rick's Folly's not for sale, right?
My wife would kill me if I sold it.
Well, more importantly, she couldn't rub your nose in it.
Well, maybe I better sell it.
I'm a little frustrated we're not buying.
Desperation sets in. Now we got to get something out of this pick.
Well, do you have another one you can show us?
I most certainly do. It's over at my house.
One we may be able to buy? Okay, well, let's take a look anyway.
You got a lot of stories behind you.
Do any of your canoes not have story?
Whoa! This would be the place.
This is the place, yeah.
Wow. Oh, now that's a pretty boat.
Whoa, is that a beaut?
Yeah.
That is one beautiful boat.
It was my personal craft.
Peterborough is sort of the Cadillac of Canadian canoes.
Does it paddle well, Rick?
It paddles beautifully.
It's a beautiful cedar strip with really nice thin ribs, collectible, just like chestnut.
And this is pre-war, right?
Yeah, this is 1928 or 29.
Right.
And there was an ad in the paper, antique canoe for sale, $20.
I'm hoping this is the canoe that Scott and I are going to buy today.
Right after I bought this canoe, I married my wife.
That's the definition of sentimental value.
Yeah, lots of memories in this one.
Yeah. It would be a tough one to part with, yeah.
So we're not buying this canoe.
As much as we'd like to.
Yeah, well, to have Scott and Sheldon take one of those canoes away, a friendship would be gone. And
We're striking out here left, right, and center. What about that little 14-footer we saw? Do you think Sarah might be convinced to part with it?
that would be a real challenge, but you'd have to talk to Sarah.
Rick mentioned that Sarah is interested in buying a car. Maybe she would part with her canoe. No harm in asking. So we really like your 14-foot cedar strip canoe.
Yeah, I do too.
It was sort of interesting. I was trying to gauge whether the 14-foot canoe was for sale, but price was an issue. We hear you need a car, though.
What if we were to pay you some cash for the canoe, make sure it went to you and not your father, and see if we could drive away with the canoe and maybe you drive away in your car?
Well, it depends on how much.
Oh, there. So we now established that it's for sale.
We got closer than we did with your old man. What would you think would be a fair price for that little canoe?
Oh. It'd be really hard for me to sell it. I love it so much.
Rick had mentioned 1,500.
Nope.
There you go. We're done.
Nope.
At least you guys are consistent.
Yeah.
I respect Sarah for having the integrity to say, no, I paddle that canoe. It's not for sale. Well, looks like we're not buying a canoe, Rick. Would you rent us one?
I most certainly would rent you a canoe. That's something that we can do.
Today we ran into one of the biggest obstacles a picker can encounter, and that's the sentimental value.
And if it doesn't go well, I'm sinking us both. I'm taking you down with me, man. Wow, there's nothing like being out on a lake. And to be in a cedar strip canoe, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we want to get a canoe for our client, we got to go somewhere else, because it seems to me that the people up here, they've either got sentimental attachment to it, money's not an issue, or they use it and it's not for sale.
I wish we'd bought this one.
So we got to get it further south to try and find ourselves a canoe.
Well, it was great. You're a great guy. And
Happy paddling.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
keep in touch.
Yep. I think Scott and Sheldon are disappointed, upset, but I still have my canoes, so I'm happy.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good stories, but we desperately need a pick now.
I'm getting a bit disheartened by this. I mean,
But I'm optimistic, Scott. I think there's a good pick just around the corner.
yeah, that's why I have you as a partner. You're always optimistic, particularly when I'm not. Let's head south.
Saskatoon seems to be a real hub for pickers. You know, we've known a few guys over the years that have done really well coming here.
Yeah.
We're going to see Rod. Rod's been a dealer for a long time.
Had an antique store, sold the building, shut the antique store down.
We're hoping that we can lighten his load a little bit. This would be the place right here.
I'm feeling optimistic. I think I'm gonna back this thing in.
Oh, you're backing in.
Yeah.
Do you feel lucky?
Well, do you, punk? Wow, it's loaded.
Right to the ceiling. Look at that.
Okay, quit peeking. You look like a perp.
Hey.
Hey, Scott. How you doing?
Good. I know you. I've
Sheldon?
seen you before many
Yes, I
times.
recognize you too.
We've actually set up across from each other at antique shows before. It's a bit of a fire hydrant like Sheldon and I, so we're gonna get along good.
I couldn't help but notice in your attached garage over there, you were loaded to the ceiling.
Yeah, she's packed.
Yeah. And then now I'm seeing another big building back there too.
Yeah, another 2,000 square feet back there.
Oh, really?
Used to be an enclosed swimming pool.
Oh, okay. This guy's got inventory for 3 shops.
It's a little congested. It's got an alleyway in the center you can.
Full of stuff.
And lo and behold, it's just jammed to the rafters.
Wow.
You got a little stock here, Rod.
This guy's my kind of guy. Is this where you put all the stuff when you closed your store?
Oh, a lot of it, yeah.
Maybe we should lighten the load here a bit.
I may get in and never get out.
If you get stuck, I'm not going in after you.
That's what I want to hear. All for one and one for all. Rod had price tags on a lot of things because he used to own a store and he takes stuff to shows. What would you need out of that? We know because we're in the picker fraternity, those prices mean nothing. That's just a starting point.
How about 140?
Okay.
Texaco flange, 140. Done deal.
Oh, isn't that good? Flirt.
Probably go 95.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, that'll work out to be a good garbage can for somebody. What would you like from that, Rod?
30 bucks?
30 it is.
Sounds good.
A couple pairs of moccasins. I'd go 100 the pair.
Yep.
Great.
Shake?
I'm shaking from a distance.
Okay.
Shake.
Can't see you shaking.
I'm shaking.
Okay, all right, shook.
You got a nice Coca-Cola sign back here. It's a bit beat, but it's a good one. Obviously, mint stuff sells for more money, but we can sell any sign in any condition. I'm coming out, man. I'm starting to heat up in here.
I think Rod called us over just because he wanted to clean out an aisleway to get through here.
This is pre-war, right? Trademark registered in the tail.
Yep.
After the war, it came out of the tail.
I believe you're right.
Bottle's still in good shape. It's still Coke. It's not gonna be the mint piece in anyone's collection, but it's big, it's bright.
That's right. Yep.
What'd you have to pay to get it?
I can't recall, but I know what I wouldn't let it go for.
What would you let it go for?
100 bucks.
100 bucks.
100 bucks it is.
100 bucks.
Done.
At 100 bucks, I'll buy that every day of the week. Okay, anywhere else to show us?
Whoa! Rod, you got stuff everywhere.
I do.
This place is just filled to the rafters.
There's that real early Sweet Caps porcelain sign up at the front there somewhere.
Up at the
Up
front.
at the
Yeah.
front.
I'm afraid it's at the
I
front.
think you were interested in that, weren't you, Scott?
So I'm gonna have to climb to get it? I don't normally like cigarette signs, but when it's 8 colors, turn of the century, I'm going in.
All right, good luck, man.
Ow!
Pretty warm up there?
Well, it's like literally as hot as a stove burner.
We could turn it over. You could fry an egg, Scott.
Where should I be looking?
Well, it'll be at the front.
How come you want the thing in the front of the cube van, Scott?
I didn't want it in the front. I didn't want it to be in the front. I think I might see something. I'm not gonna need a haircut. I think I burned it all off.
I love when Scott's in there digging hard, working that puck, working those corners, and I'm glad it's him and not me. Yeah, well, no one said it was gonna be easy. Ow! So I saw a pair of drive-in speakers. I just love them. I mean, it's so nostalgic. It brings back memories. Going to the drive-in movie, you know, putting a speaker on your window.
Can you hand me a flashlight? Oh, what's this?
Just the feel of a much simpler time.
That's for sure, back
Yeah.
in the 56.
I'm dying of heat stroke here. I'm sweating. I had to take my cowboy hat off. I'm hurt. Are you making that flashlight, Sheldon?
So what would you need for something like that? I see what the retail price is.
For you, a couple $100.
Boy, that's pretty good. How about $175?
Done.
Thanks, Rod.
Okay.
Did you see how I bought something out the back?
I think I might have found it. No, that's not it. Damn it.
Oh,
I gotta come out.
that's it for you?
I can smell my hair burning. On the way out, I saw a Willard battery rack, and I thought, I can't come out of this van with nothing.
Yeah, that's not bad for $600. What do you mean?
Don't do that to me. I almost died when he said that because I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take it and put it back in there now. Well, the guy we're gonna sell this to is gonna strip it and make it a Texaco stand.
There you go.
65?
Done.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna die, man. I'm gonna have heat
Here,
stroke.
have a seat.
Thank you.
You've lost weight.
We're finding some treasures, and Rod's really being generous and playing ball on the occasional piece. That's a big building. God, take a look. Holy smokes, you got stock. Oh, Scott, everywhere you look.
Wow, this is a cornucopia. A smorgasbord, if you will.
So this used to be a swimming pool? Most people would love to have a swimming pool
Yeah,
in their
we did.
home, and then guys like us would like to have this room right here instead of
right.
a swimming pool. Well, let's dive in, I'd say. I'm going deep, Scott. I think when Rod closed his store, his inventory just went in and he kept piling it higher and higher. What do you need for the Chevy?
Oh, I don't know. That's a Ford.
Oh, okay.
So you got a red Indian gas pump, you do that up yourself?
I did.
Oh, I love that, yeah.
Wow, yeah. That's a good looking pump, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So what would something like this cost you?
Probably about 65 these days. That's like a retail value.
Right.
An insurance value.
If you were selling to a couple of poor pickers, what would you want for them?
Probably about 65. I'm kind of attached to it.
That ship sailed a long time ago, yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the resto shop.
Yeah. This is where it all gets done, doesn't it? You got a few projects on the go.
I do. I won't live to see them all done, but
Man, you got stuff.
Yeah, what a good shop.
There's a nice little tractor shell. The nice thing about that tractor is it actually looked like a tractor. It didn't look like a toy, looked like a real little tractor.
Don't fall, Scott, because this time I'm not catching you.
Tell my wife I love her.
Yeah. It's a kid's pedal toy. It's meant to be played with and played with hard. And that one was in honest, good condition.
Can we buy that?
sure, gathering dust.
What would you need out of that?
I'd probably go about 4 on that.
Would you go 3?
I'd probably meet you halfway at 350. In fact, I know I would.
Done. You've been really fair with us.
Thanks, Sheldon.
I mean, it's
Thank
a
you,
good-looking tractor.
Yeah.
It really is a good-looking tractor.
We're now at the stage we've got a pretty good load, but I always ask, can we see what you got in the house?
Okay, we'll check out some stuff down here, guys.
Whoa. Wow.
Incredible.
He's got toys from little to big. He's got toys from 30s to 60s. He's got some really nice stuff.
I'd like to hang out here myself. These toys are in remarkably good condition.
Yeah,
Look at the boats. Wow, that is so good. You don't see that very often. It's only a 1950s or 60s toy.
I know, but look at that.
You got lots of good things in here. That is just so good. You see 100 car transporters, but I've never seen a boat transporter before. Now, what would something like that sell for?
Oh man, it's from my childhood.
Oh, this is yours?
Yeah.
You let me go on about how much I like it, and then it's not for sale. Yeah.
I got a photograph of a toy that I got at Christmas time.
Seriously?
I do. This was my pedal car from when I was a little guy.
Oh.
It's a deluxe thistle, Canadian thistle. My mom, my brother, and I'm sitting in the pedal car. Gives me pleasure when I look at it, you know. Yeah. Reminds me of a different time. I just get enjoyment from looking at it, possessing it, whatever, you know.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's good original condition, right?
Yep.
Tires look right. Decals are good.
I just spotted a chair. I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
Well, this is a nice, decent, original condition one.
Yeah, it is.
Mini toy, Canadian company. What would you need out of the BA truck?
Probably about $550.
Yeah, I'm a bit out of the market on this. I was sort of hoping to go $450.
How about we meet at $475?
I'm buying a BA truck.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks,
All right, Sheldon. We got a tanker.
This, Scott, is a classic Canadian chair. This was a good reupholstery job too because they saved the original little label here. Adds to the interest, adds to the value, adds to how easy we can move it along.
Do I look good in this chair?
I think I look better in the chair. Would you part with this Coombs chair?
We probably would.
I've sold hundreds of them over the years. They're very distinctive.
I think we'd have to have $250.
I was going to say a couple hundred.
I think we'd have to have $250.
And I was going to say a couple hundred. What about splitting the difference?
Okay, we could do that.
Done.
Done deal.
Now that I own it, I'm going to take full advantage of it.
You do that.
Yeah. We'll sell that chair for maybe $300 without even blinking. This has been a great day, good pick. Rod's a great contact.
We should do okay on this VA truck. All original condition, right?
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
When it comes up, I'll grab it like this. One thing we never have any trouble selling is advertising. I can't believe you actually saw movies at the drive-in. You led a different life than I did, bud. Oh, jeez! Oh, you're serious? No. Darn it, I was hoping.
Hey, that was a lot of fun today, Rod.
Was, Sheldon?
Yeah.
Oh, they were very nice. Yeah, very nice. A lot of fun to deal with.
Come visit us in Calgary.
Sounds good. We'll do that.
Look us up, I'll show you my stuff.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Thanks, Rod.
talk to you.
Boy, that was a good pick.
That pick saved our Saskatchewan trip because we were slim pickings till then. I mean, we got a bunch of different stuff there. That made the difference between us making money and us just paying for our gas.
Yeah.
We're still looking for that canoe, though. We're still looking for that really good canoe. Weed Central here.
Oh, I got one way out there.
Tenth the size of that one.
Scott, I got a little Saskatchewan salad making here.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
And the weather's blowing in.
Yeah.
I'd rather go picking. Whoa! Scott! Looks like your basement. Don't kill yourself.
Whoa! Wow, look at this.
Whoa!
There's a ton of stuff I like. Some creepy Nosferatu type guy. Your guy lost his head. Look at that truck. I'm following him.
Are we stalking this guy?
And if somebody said $50, what would you say?
I'd probably say 75.
How are you at picking in the middle of the night?
This is my favorite thing. It's truly the hunt.
Don't let us get you up.
And you're Richard, right over there.
Holy smokes, yes.
16 Stanley Cups between those two guys.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Maybe you'll pick up a little French in Quebec.
I can swear in French.
Where'd you learn to swear in French?
Playing hockey.
They love their hockey in Montreal, don't they?
Hey, when I was growing up, I grew up in Beloit, and the Habs were everything.
Well, nothing's changed. We're going to the site of the old Victoria rink.
Isn't that where the first Stanley Cup game was played?
First indoor game ever.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Dibs on ends. I have never been happier. People always ask me where my favorite place in Canada to pick is. I almost always come back to Quebec because we had such a good time.
Since when can you grab the guy?
That's called fighting for the puck.
We're duking it out with some firemen.
Get your stick in or it's 2-on-1.
You guys play like my sister.
Your sister must be good then.
Haley Wickenheiser, your sister.
It's an absolute riot for me. I get to put my ass into the side of a couple firemen with a hip check.
Oh, yes!
Hey, thanks.
That was a lot of fun.
Let's get picking. I can hardly wait to get back to Hudson to see Rob.
We've been successful in this part of Quebec.
Love going to Rob's bar.
Yeah. We've picked from Rob before.
Hey, look, this
Hey, there's Rob's place right here.
What a great hotel.
Built in 1898. This bar is historic. It's one of the oldest continuously run bars in Canada. The railroad came through Hudson about 1890. The hotel followed.
I can already taste that beer. Hey, stranger.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you doing,
Scott?
Rob?
Hey, Sheldon, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I heard you might be in town.
Have you been finding anything? Are you out there scouting?
Well, you know what? I go out every week. I can't stop. I collect everything from mid-century modern to folk art to anything that I find interesting or that moves me.
Cheers.
Cheers. What I love about collecting is not knowing what you're going to find on any particular day.
We did well with pretty much everything we bought off you last time, yeah.
Well, I think I got some even neater stuff than that you might like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Show us the way.
Where are we going? Let's go. Rob's got a great eye. Wow, look at this. Holy cow. Wow. We're gonna have to look around here because there's a ton of stuff I like.
This is a model of Victoria Bridge in Montreal. And this is where the cars would drive on the side and the train would go in the middle.
Whoa, 750? That's a painful looking thing. Rob had a whole bunch of really cool items. And what's the price on that?
$250.
The only problem for us is his market here is even better for modern furniture than ours is in Calgary.
I like the walnut desk. What do you want for that?
$1,500.
Yeah, it was a nice one. Unfortunately, no room in there for a picker. And there's one side room, says private, which has never really stopped either of us before. Something caught my eye in the corner. Long, narrow wooden box. Pretty sure I knew what was in there, and sure enough, it's a school map, and this one of Canada. Hey, Rob,
Yeah.
what would you want for this map of Canada?
It's something that was put out by Kraft Foods so they could get their name on the map that the kids looked at every day.
You can have that for $20.
John, shake the man's hand.
We broke the ice. Wow. You're not allowed to pick without me.
You're talking, I'm picking.
Well, Sheldon was wiggling back and forth. I went in the back room just to sneak a peek and I found the scariest, creepiest doll I've seen in a long time. Sheldon.
Yeah.
Red rum, red rum.
Yeah, exactly.
We were doing some renovating in my office, and the carpenter came out and said, "You're not going to believe what I just found." It was between the floorboards for who knows how long. And she was completely covered in black soot, and her hair had been eaten by mice.
Why are you keeping this horrific little thing?
Would you dare get rid of it? I think she would come back and hunt me down and do something evil. A relationship based on fear is, is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, what about this clock, Rob? What's the story on it?
It comes from Massachusetts, and it's an old railroad station clock.
Wow, it literally is an old railway station clock.
No, it's the real deal.
It was early, I think perhaps 1920s. I presume these are the braces that went underneath it.
Yeah, those are the brackets.
Really good piece.
That reminds me, whenever you see an old Western and the train pulls up to the station and you see that massive clock there, that's what that reminds me of.
It had oxidized, it's copper underneath that green. What's the asking price on that?
I'd need about $750 for that.
I like it, I just don't like it $750 worth. What about 4?
I'll tell you what, we'll go 5 and it's yours.
Shake the man's hand.
Excellent. Everything we've ever bought from Rob, we've been able to sell. So I don't think we're gonna have any problem selling that clock. Do you still have stuff upstairs, or is this it?
I've got some things downstairs you might be interested in.
Yeah?
Let's go down.
We're back down in the dungeon.
We want to make sure there's nothing else that we want in the basement, because we know we've seen good things in the basement before. Man, there's so much to look at here. I want to take a look at everything before I zoom in on anything.
They're very good at burrowing and getting into areas.
I'm going back here.
I don't even know how he got in there.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah?
Isn't it supposed to be cool in the basement? Because holy smokes. This place doubles as a sauna.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at the old pub photos.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
These are great. Look at the baseball photo.
Oh, isn't that great? The local kids.
Yeah.
That's the old Benson Park.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This guy was a real character in an inn. The pipe doctor, yeah.
Yeah. Old impressed photo, that one.
These are great.
Look at that, an original 1908 photo of the bar.
Wow.
Why is this here? Why is this not in a frame?
Well, it's got the one
You
upstairs.
saw the one upstairs,
Yeah.
which is a blow-up of this one.
Yeah.
This is the original, probably.
Can we buy it?
Yeah, you can buy that.
Perfect. Okay, let's put them all together. What would you want for this photo and this photo?
25?
Surprising to me, he's prepared to let that go. Shake the man's hand.
You bet.
You got a deal, sir.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I've also got something that you might be interested in. And these are tavern tables,
Oh, wow.
which go back to the Henri Richard Tavern. They're Habs
Henri
red.
Richard,
Yeah,
the
the
pocket
pocket
rocket.
A lot of the old hockey players started their own taverns.
Really?
Yeah. And they're very typical tavern tables.
That's a great table.
They're Habs red.
That's red baked on porcelain on steel.
Now there's a bit of nostalgia associated with famous hockey players.
Anything to identify them as a Richard pub?
I bought them in 1988. The Henri Richard Tavern closed in '86.
Right. But you were convinced they came out of the Richard
Oh,
pub?
yeah.
Yeah. Good opportunity for us to get something unique here. How many red ones are there?
Well, there might be some more.
I'm gonna take a quick look just to make sure. I'm rooting around to find out if there's any more Henri Richard red octagonal tables. Oh, there's 2 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 more over there. And then I wander into this little room, but I gotta get by some creepy Nosferatu type guy. Sorry, Rob, your guy lost his head. Sorry about that, Rob.
So in total, there's 9 of these?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I've shed a pound or 2. Is that beer still cold?
I think it is. Sounds like a plan.
I'm thinking we should get this table thing going where it's a little cooler.
You got us at a bit of a disadvantage here.
What's that?
You just don't have the kind of face we can grind too hard.
Well, that's good, I guess.
We know you too well.
The Pocket Rocket pub tables.
Okay.
What did you have in mind for those?
Now we're thinking we really want to buy those Henri Richard tables.
There's what, 9 of them? you want one, it's 50 bucks. If you want to take them all, I can make a good price.
What's a good price?
Let's go 250 for the 9.
And here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
How about if we go 200 for the 9?
2 1/4?
Done.
Yeah!
You've been so fair to us. We're not arguing for 25 bucks. Anybody that remembers the old taverns here will know that that's the authentic, right vintage for the table.
We're gonna do some heavy lifting out of the basement. I had fun with Rob the first time. I had even more fun with him today. Got some great things from him too.
I picked that up at Palm Beach at a salvage yard.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hilarious. We paid 25 bucks for all the photos? Screaming deal. Oh my Lord, these are heavy.
I think the odds of them flipping those Henri Richard tables are pretty good.
The key is establishing they're from Henri Richard's Tavern.
We could get $200, $300, $400 a piece for those to the right buyers.
We got to nail that down if we
All
can.
right. It was great fun hanging out with them today.
Take care, Rob.
Come see us in Calgary, bud.
All right, guys. See ya.
The price was right on those pub tables.
Heck, we paid about 20 bucks a throw for them at the end of the day.
I didn't want to grind too hard.
He's too good a guy for that.
Yeah.
He understands the concept of moving your money. If you've had something for a while and you're not going to use it, get rid of it, get the money out to something you will.
Look at the little buildings here. Quaint little town.
Look at that truck.
That guy's got a proper picker's rig.
I'm following him.
All right, here we go, a little adventure.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he's a junk collector or whether he's a picker, but maybe he'll take us to the treasure trove.
Are we stalking this guy? Our kind of guy, he's got stuff in the back of his truck. Maybe there's some things to be found. Hey, this guy's turning.
Oh, look at the barn. He's probably wondering why we're behind him.
I'm looking in my rearview mirror. These guys are coming in behind me, and I'm thinking, oh, it's not a police car. There's a switch. Gentlemen,
Hey,
you following me or what?
yeah, we saw your truck and we thought we'd come by and see if you had anything for sale.
Phil, by the way.
Scott.
Scott,
I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon, welcome to my place.
Thank you.
Hi, bud.
So what do you do here? Are you out there combing the countryside?
I pick 4, 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 days a week.
Seriously?
But yeah, and there's some stuff in the truck. I don't know if you're interested, but you're more than welcome to have a look.
He may have something, or he may be able to put us on to somebody that has something.
This industrial look
Right.
is becoming really, really popular. Patented 1920.
1926.
Yeah. The guy I got in mind to sell that stool to will sell that stool for $165. Oh, hang on for a minute. I was going to show you the most interesting thing I bought lately. This is a pictorial history of the St. Lawrence River. The artwork is just absolutely fantastic.
It's actually sort of a cool thing to have to teach your kids the history of Canada.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Phil's a good guy. I like him. This guy's a grizzled old antiques veteran.
And from that same house, mid-century modern is what it's called.
Oh, yeah, those are great. You'll sell those in 10 seconds.
Yeah, right.
And I'm thinking target practice.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. It's the sensibility of a 25-year-old is there.
Sell me the old stuff, sell him the new stuff.
You got a barn over there. Is there any stuff in there we can look at?
Upstairs there is, yeah. Light switch is on, there we go.
Wow, this is an old barn, Phil. I'm really getting excited because I'm thinking he's got his stash up here.
This used to be the granary where they kept all the grain for the wintertime.
Oh, Phil, you got stuff.
That's cool.
Some good things in here. Well, can we just root around
You
here?
just have
at her?
have at it.
Let's just jam to the rafters.
Holy cow.
Holy, the vines are growing around some of this stuff. It's been here so long, Phil.
38 years I've been in this business, and some of this stuff's been up here that long. I bought a piece of furniture on a whim. It was 17 bucks or something, and so I went to this antique store in Toronto, and he said, I'll give you $75 for that. That's what got me started. Do you know what this is, by the way?
Let me just see. Baby incubator, probably.
See, that's what it is. Yeah. That's probably the weirdest thing I bought in the last little while. Like, how many people would buy a baby incubator? I have no idea.
I wouldn't. It's got the creep factor going to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, what can you tell me about that chair?
Other than the fact that it's been here for about 20 years.
Scott, have you ever seen this before? This is a real unique Canadian product. This is actually a woven hemp or jute that they wrapped around. It's going to take a lot of TLC with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Too far beyond for us, I think.
Where'd you pick the boat anchor up?
Don't remember.
Did it come with the barn?
Nope, nope.
What would you sell a boat anchor for?
If somebody said 75 bucks, I'd probably say thank you.
And if somebody said 50 bucks, what would you say?
I'd probably say 75.
50's all we could do on that.
When Phil's lighting his pipe up there in the hay shed, I'm hoping this isn't a fire trap. Let's get the hell out of here. It's kind of a neat whirly gig.
I bought it because I really like the paint, and the workmanship is really good too,
Yeah.
I think.
Scott and I see dozens of whirly gigs, but this one's a little bit different.
It's a combination of funk and folk art.
So what would you want for something like that, Phil?
That's like, I paid a lot of money for that. That's like $275.
Whoa! $275.
This is something that hasn't moved in years. I just don't understand what's going on here. Got a couple pedal cars here. What do you sell pedal cars for?
It depends.
It would have had reins to it at one time, because that's how you'd steer it.
Yeah, because the kid is sitting much too far back to be holding this as a handle.
So what would you sell something like that for?
Well, I consider that to be a pretty rare unit, despite the fact that the paint is not the greatest in the world, so it's probably $375.
Yeah, you see, I think that's a retail price on it's $375.
Okay?
And what about the little car?
Yeah, it's like $125. A couple of pieces I'm quite emotionally attached to. If I'm going to part with them, I'm going to part with them at a price that someone who's buying it has appreciation for what it is.
Hey, Sheldon.
Yeah, I saw that, Scott.
The motorcycle-style scooter. There was a thing that slotted in there, and it was a seat that folded down, and you could pull it out and sit on it.
Yeah.
Or you could run it like a scooter like that.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing I would expect to see at a garage sale for 25 bucks, and in an antique store for 100, 200 tops.
I got run at an auction, and I think I gave probably 1,200 bucks for that.
Whoa! 1,200 bucks?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yep.
I don't know what he was doing that day.
I'm buried deep in it. I'm into that long and hard. I knew it was a mistake when I bought it.
Get the hell out of your mistake, take your lump, and move on.
I mean, you're buried so far in that thing, we couldn't even make you an offer to take you out.
Well, you'd be surprised what I'd listen to. Say something.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, in this condition, I would expect to pay 200 bucks for it, and that would be a lot.
Can't do that. I'd like to help you out, but I can't do that. I'm probably going to get buried with that as well as being buried with a lot of other stuff that I own that I pay too much money for.
What do you need out of the kitchen sink? Gotcha.
I'm thinking, is there anywhere we can go to buy stuff?
Well, I'm actually giving away one of my trade secrets. I can take you to a market that's like 30K down the road. The shoot pea market's like 80 years old now, and it's an outdoor market filled with local people. I've been going there every Tuesday for 38 years. You want to beat the rest of the world, I'd be there at 4 o'clock.
4 a.m.?
The early bird gets the worm. You got to be there early because there's lots of competition.
The discovery here today was actually the tip that we're going to a market, and it sounds incredible.
I think if we're going to be doing that, let's go back to the hotel room, get some sleep.
Hey, thanks, Bill.
You're more than welcome.
I'm hoping the whole exercise leading us to that market has been worthwhile.
See you in the morning.
I'm excited about tomorrow morning. I have no idea what we're going to see at this market.
It sounds to me like there's a bunch of guys that get together and they figure, you know what, I want to be first to set up and sell, and other guys want to be first to pick.
No, I want to be first.
Exactly. But your average Joe, there's no way your average Joe is getting up at that time of day.
I don't know, Scott. It's 3:30 in the morning. How are you at picking in the middle of the night?
It's been a long time since I've been picking with a flashlight or a headlamp. This could be interesting.
We're meeting Phil at the Lachute Market. You got to be there early. Hey,
Morning.
Phil,
How you doing?
good. How
How'd
you
you sleep?
doing?
How are ya?
Yeah.
Sleep well?
I wouldn't say well or long, but
The Shoe Tree Market's 80 years old now, filled with local people. It's one-stop shopping.
Where to, Phil?
Down this way.
nobody's open yet.
Hey, TC, comment ça va? What are you smoking? Or shouldn't I ask? There's lots of competition out there, and the earlier you get here, the better chance you have at finding that one piece that's gonna make your day worthwhile.
This is my favorite things doing this kind of stuff, where it's truly the hunt. Wow, there's a pile of stuff here. Some bikes and scooters and motorcycles. That looks like a Triumph. Hey, bonjour.
How you doing, man?
Not bad, thank you.
What year's your Triumph?
68.
68. And what's your price on your Triumph?
I have to think. I have to get up, man.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah.
We'll look around.
Yeah. Don't let us get you up.
I think we better come back when he's woken up and had his coffee.
I thought I'd seen pretty much everything in the picker world. Always see something new.
Whoa, what's this? Hey, this is neat.
Look at the little car.
Wow.
It looks like it's got a lawnmower engine on it. That's hilarious. Those are nice. Look at those.
Yeah.
250, I think.
250, 250.
Yeah, 250. This one is more than that, 300, 350.
I really like these, but I don't know that there's any room in Quebec ones for us at that price.
250, yeah.
Yeah. Yikes, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
weird
funny.
one, eh?
Yeah.
Folk art clown.
Ça vient du Québec, mon homme.
Ouais?
Ouais.
Ah, bon, nous, c'est fun, ça.
Ah oui, c'est fun.
Wait, there's some action over here. Let's cut back this way.
Morning.
You gotta be aggressive. If you find something that's absolutely valuable, you try and buy it.
Another canoe shell. It's got a bit of a look to it. It's not bad, How much is the canoe?
175. It's a fine piece, though.
It is a good piece, yeah. And it's probably a Peterborough or a
Chestnut.
Could be a chestnut.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen. We're not going to buy it. We're going to regret it. It's going to come back and it's going
Well,
to be
yeah,
gone.
but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you grab it and paddle away in it or leave it and hope that it's still here in a little while.
Or ask them if they've got any room in it. And at 100 a quarter, I'd grab it no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So what would your best be on it? What's your offer? Well, I was going to say at 100 a quarter, we'd take it.
Go ahead, take it.
Done.
Deal.
Okay.
Thank you. Way to go, guys.
You got to have good timing. You got to have good luck.
Timing's everything.
Yeah.
You know? Uh-oh. Where'd you beat me to? Nice window. I'd have bought that window. I'm, what, 30 seconds too late?
You can't win them all. You just want to win a few.
You don't want to win them all. You just want to get into the ball game. That's all.
What you found there, Phil?
You guys were talking about mid-century modern?
Yeah.
Have a look at these.
I'm not sure they're leather. I think they're vinyl.
No, that's leather.
How much are they?
I need 100 each.
I mean, you can't even buy a repro for that.
No, that's for sure.
Actually, I like them myself. If you're not going to buy them, I'm going to buy them. So if you want to buy them,
Well,
because I think
I don't
they're
know.
a good deal.
I think so. Jean-Marie, what can we do for 2 chairs?
Give me 225.
You said 100 each.
Well, give me 100 each then.
You're supposed to go down, not up. I think my friend would like them for 175.
I made you a good price right away.
Is
200.
175 going to buy 'em?
No.
Take
what
them
are
at
they
2.
gonna take?
Just take them at 2.
Give me
All right.
225.
200 bucks.
200 bucks, okay.
Okay?
Okay, let's move on. Let's go.
Okay.
That was a screaming deal. Those are great. Just a brand new repro,
Right?
1,500 bucks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a couple of tractor seats.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I love tractor seats if they say Massey on them. This is a Massey.
What's it say?
Massey, Toronto.
There you go. Where is it?
Where is he?
Where'd he go? I don't know if he's still sleeping. He must have gone for coffee. Why don't you, instead of leaving that lion there and let
Hide it
somebody else
behind
pick it
the
up,
table?
Why don't you hide it like here?
He won't think it's stolen.
No,
right?
no, he won't think it's stolen because you didn't take it away. We want to keep our priority rights to that piece, and the best way to do it is to hide it from somebody else.
What's that, Scott? Is that a cane top right there?
This? You think that's ivory or do you think it's bone? Or sperm whale tooth, it could be theoretically.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's ivory, Scott.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's a cool little thing.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a very small cane to put that on.
Yeah, fine little walking stick.
$20. How's that sound?
20 bucks?
Yeah, you can make
Oh,
money.
done. Done.
Yeah.
Can't lose for 20 bucks.
No, you can't. Can I frame that now?
If you want. If you want. I should give you 21s and then you could just frame one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, it's almost light enough and I don't need these things.
Yeah, I don't think I need mine.
Yeah,
I bet you that Massey seat's gone.
I wouldn't bank on it.
There's a code amongst pickers here. First come, first serve, and we wanted to be first in on that particular seat.
The way you stashed it, I think there's a good chance, there's a damn good chance that he doesn't even know that you moved it.
If the rest of them sell, we don't care. But if that one sold, we'd be a little upset.
He's there now, I can see him. As a matter of fact, it's
Still there.
you
Perfect.
go.
I
See?
did stash it good.
Freddie, we have a gentleman here who wants to talk to you about this seat of yours that we stashed.
Yes, sir.
Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Scott.
Scott.
Sheldon. Fred.
We're interchangeable.
This one, do you know anything about the year on it?
No, I don't. No, I just picked it up.
There's an expert, by the way, John Williams. This guy here is a seat collector.
This would be 1900 sort of period.
Oh, before that.
1890, yeah?
Yeah, 1890.
You want all of them?
Only if the price is right. If not, I want this one.
All right.
5 in total.
$100 a piece if you take them all.
And that one alone?
Yeah, and this, how much for this one alone?
120.
See, I'd like this one at 120. I don't think I want those at 100.
Well, what would you offer me?
Well, we bought, I can tell you, we bought...
I don't care what you bought them for before. What will you give them? You take that one, I'll sell the rest of them at 75 a piece, and I'll give you that one for 100. So that's 400.
I think we should take those, don't you?
Done.
Done.
Good deal.
Good,
Hey,
thank
good
you.
deal. Thank you very much.
Man.
This is the crown jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to leave him here?
Yeah,
You
we'll
gonna
leave
take-
them here. We'll
and
pick
we'll
them up.
send you a check in the next few months.
Oh, look at the stop sign over there. It's a stop sign, Phil.
What? Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Because at one point we spot the, well, let's call it the treasure of the market today.
Oh, it's got a little bit of a base to it. Sweet. Social club. Ha! That is hilarious. The best thing at this place, one of the most interesting and fun things we've ever seen. That is the best thing, man.
That's neat as hell.
A homemade advertising sign, but really well done. Probably from the, what, the 30s, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
I've seen you before. We bought the Trick Rider poster from him, Sheldon.
Yeah.
Last time we negotiated with him, it was painful. Oh, wow.
I just love the image.
Yeah, the image
The image is killer, isn't
The
it?
image is killer.
Would you take 800 on it?
How about 900? That's the best I can do.
Smokes, man! I'm mad now.
Can't win them all.
I've come to negotiate.
Oh, I got a trick sign now.
What do you have on it?
I got 1150 on this.
That is so sweet, Shell.
Pretty good.
You think we gotta have that?
I whispered into Scott's ear, he's not going to move on his price, but let's buy it anyhow.
He wasn't coming down, so we knew we were gonna have to pay the $11.50 to get it.
I don't want to bum you out, but he was first on it. A client was here, and I told him about the sign. I go, this might interest you.
Does he want it or not? Yeah. I guess you got to make a snap decision then, bud.
He was actually debating about it. He was, I'd say, about 50-50. He was first here, so he had first crack at it. And that's what happened. He decided to take the sign.
He flew back in and said, I'll take it. We would have bought it, but we were too late.
Sorry, guys.
It's unfortunate, but the other guy had been there first. He was hemming and hawing, but he hadn't said no. I think the vendor did the right thing by selling it to the guy that had first dibs.
Lost the best thing at the show. It's gone. Like me.
When Scott didn't get it, it bothered him, and it will continue to do so for a while. You got to be able to rise above it, though. There's always something else. There's always tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Phil, thanks for showing us around.
Hey,
It's
listen,
been a lot of fun.
it's been my pleasure. I'm proud of this place, and I'm glad that you came. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and look, I'm glad you bought something, and I hope it works for you.
It'll work
I'm really
just
pleased
great.
with this.
That's a good deal. The Massey's nice.
I think it's the best of them all, don't you?
Yeah, the Massey's a killer.
It was a cedar strip canoe. Somebody's cut off and made bookshelves out of that. And the price was right.
See you later, Phil.
Au revoir, Phil.
I certainly enjoyed my time I spent with them. I hope they had a good time.
Picking's a really funny game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
Got a little tip about a guy that's got a card shop.
Is the guy a seller?
I think he's a seller. We may have some trouble stealing sports collectibles off him because that's his business.
Well, if you distract him, I'll slip something under my shirt. We roll up to this funny building, and there's no sign on the door. There's no telling out from the outside, other than a few things in the window, as to what we're going to see.
Well, I'm hoping to find a Bobby Clark rookie card. Holy cow.
This is a candy store.
How are you? Good, yourself? Good. Scott, how are you?
Alan?
Oh, I'm Sheldon.
Hey, Sheldon.
He's focused on one thing, and that's anything sports related.
I've been collecting pretty much all of my life. Collected as a kid, turned into a business much later. I loved baseball, I loved hockey, football, all of it.
Is that Ted Williams?
Yeah. There are probably more fake Ted Williams autographs than anybody else.
I'm looking to crack open that old box and find something that's been there for a long time. I just want to look at these little hockey cards. I've sold a lot of cards, and I've made a lot of money selling cards. George Armstrong, that's before he was the captain. And Timmy Horton, most famous because he had donut shops. There were 3 really good cards in there. I knew that we could get 200 out of those 3 cards alone. Red Kelly, that's about the best. He's a beater.
Yeah,
But it is Red Kelly.
Yeah.
Are you buying cards?
I don't know if I'm buying cards or not. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. Can I think?
You can think. Think hard. I'd prefer to leave the card business to Alan.
You cannot just expect to make a living of people walking in your front door.
I was a little apprehensive. I really don't want to be in the card business.
I put these more not so much into the card category for me. They're in the collectible category. What kind of price would you give me them? I know Sheldon's always got my back. I just didn't know he was behind my back up in the price on me. The problem with cards, as you know, is it takes you forever to sell the rest.
Unless you sell them in a lot like this.
He was kiboshing the deal.
Around 500.
He was about 200 bucks away from me saying yes and taking the cards. Wow.
Whoa. I like team photos of any sort. And look at, the Pocket Rocket's got a big welt. They just won the cup, but he paid the price.
Henri Richard is quite collectible. He's won the most Stanley Cups, so anybody who collects memorabilia with Stanley Cups, Henri Richard is a must-to-have.
What'd you want for Pocket Rocket?
So about 40.
Would you say 35?
Yeah, we can do that.
Good, thank you. Interesting and saleable.
Somebody likes Jean Beliveau here.
This is a banner from when the Canadians won the Stanley Cup. Jean Beliveau signed this.
What a great guy. The gentleman on and off the ice, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
We both love Jean Beliveau. He was my favorite hockey player as I was a kid. Until I turned to Bobby Clark, it was Jean Beliveau. And what would Jean Belivau's jersey sell for? Perfect displayable condition.
$250.
Wow. We're thinking that's common in Montreal, but it's not common in Alberta.
I always like walking out with the best piece in the shop. I think it's that Beliveau sweater.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if we put together a good enough pile, we may be able to get a discount.
I want to go downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Got a lot of stuff in the basement. I don't even know what's there.
Can I go down and take a look?
Absolutely.
Whoa, Scott! Wow, looks like your basement.
Hey, don't say that too loud. My wife will hear you.
Sometimes you buy a collection of things, but you end up piling boxes and boxes and boxes on top of it.
If we don't come up in an hour, send a medic. I love it when I get in a place like that because it's a bit of a time capsule. So something he shoved in a box 20 years ago might be popular now. Oh, you're gonna love that. Look at the wrestler.
Oh yeah, who is that?
Jazz Leduc.
Don't worry about just taking stuff out and leaving it wherever.
You mean it's organized chaos already here? You
No.
know where everything is?
No, not at all. There's a chance Scott and Sheldon could find something in the basement. I honestly haven't really gone through a lot of that stuff.
Hey, this is hilarious. The perfect glove save, and you got a cigarette company sponsoring the ad. Whoa, and there's it. Don't kill yourself. I don't think I can drag the body upstairs from here, Scott.
Well, these used to be really sought after, and you could get good money for them. Remember these?
Oh, yeah.
You used to get really good money for uncut sheets. Is this 74, 75?
74, 75.
There's a bruiser for you, Don Selesky.
I got a buddy that would love that.
We'll just pull out whatever we like and then make you an offer on the whole works.
Absolutely.
You need a summer student doing a little bit of inventory here.
Well, I'm stepping on things.
Cards and coins, and I don't even know what the stuff is.
And one of these cards on the floor was a Hires root beer card from the 1950s. I probably stepped on it maybe 15 times.
Yeah.
And my brother put it up on the internet and sold it for $900.
Apart from standing on everything,
Yeah.
where would we find some really cool old things?
Here's like hockey photos. This is from 1930.
Oh, wow. Clipped out of a newspaper.
Yeah, well, they used to come like this in La Presse. This is a full newspaper.
Isn't that a nice image? The advertising on two in particular were exactly what I was hoping to find. McCall Frontenac, oil and gas, Red Indian, good advertising, something we can turn into cash.
Here, I got a joke thing here.
Okay.
Sheldon doesn't like this, man.
Okay.
I'd like to buy one of these for a joke.
I'll give them to you.
Oh, you're a gentleman. Perfect, thank you.
I think Scott wanted the pillowcases just to bug Sheldon.
Oh, look at this. I see exactly the kind of thing I'm hoping to find. An early sporting news baseball program. Every player that played in any professional baseball league in the United States or Canada during the year 1954. This is 54, right? It's a little later. My dad's got one, I think 51. He's in the same book with Mickey Mantle.
Wow.
They were both playing in the same league together.
Huh.
And I got a sort of a sentimental attachment to it because my dad was in the same one of those books that Mickey Mantle was in before he hit the big leagues. Now that's something I'd be interested in. What would you sell that little guy for? It's a bit beat. It's got the tape stain on the back. And
Probably $4.
done.
Whoa.
I'm in. I paid big money for that. I think I want to go upstairs and start the negotiation.
I got a bundle here, buddy.
I'm going to sit back and watch the master at work here. I'm not saying who it is yet.
Well,
I'll figure it out at the end.
We're looking at that Bellevue jersey.
Right.
But if we're going to take it, I think we got to take it in the frame. We added all the La Presse, and then I threw in these two, and a few other paper products, a couple old hockey photos.
Throw one of those in there.
Oh, and this thing too.
Oh, and that thing too. Okay.
Yeah. Would you take, say, 4 for Bellevue in this bundle here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Score.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. We walked away with some good items.
We got the Jean Beliveau jersey.
There's still a lot of Habs fans in Alberta.
Hey, Alan, thanks a lot. You gave us a good deal on those pieces.
As long as it works out for both of us, it's good.
See you later.
Hey, well, he was a good guy, Alan.
Yeah, he was a great guy. He gave us a good deal on that Beliveau. So, Sheldon, I got one little gift for you.
A gift?
Yeah, I know you'll appreciate it because it's sort of a hockey gift. But here it is, just for you.
That's really nice of you, Scott.
Well, you know, I thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Surely you can find a use for it, though.
You wouldn't be offended if I was
Hey, that's the greatest hockey player that ever lived.
In your mind.
No, you can't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's a whiner.
That's beautiful.
There's an Edmonton Oilers fan in Montreal. Go figure. How about the pub tables now? I'm hoping we can offload all of them.
They take up a lot of space in the van. I'm in.
The place to do that, and the place that they probably have the greatest value, is Montreal.
And these are tavern tables.
Oh, wow.
Which go back to the Henri Richard Tavern. They're Habs
Henri
red.
Richard,
Yeah,
the pocket rocket. But if we can establish that they're from Henri Richard's Tavern, we could get $300, $400 a piece for those to the right buyers.
We're going down to Crescent Street. We're gonna hope to find a sports bar that knows something about that tavern. We saw the name outside, Ziggy. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, this is Scott. I'm Sheldon.
Pleasure. What can I do for you guys?
We've got a couple of pub tables.
If they're not from Henri Richard's Tavern, they're $50 a table, 75 on a good day.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah, they're the real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We know they're the right era. They're probably earlier than when the tavern was running.
We can find out very quickly.
How?
He's sitting right over there. If you want to go check him out, bring the table. We'll see if it's his or not.
Who?
And you're Richard, right over there. With Ray.
Yes.
Wow.
Go ahead, guys. Bring the table to him and let's see if it's his. If it's his, we're talking business.
I looked over and he's so recognizable. Pocket Rocket and Ray Janoul at the same time.
That guy floated on the ice.
Hello, Regin. Henri. I have two friends here that came down.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good to meet you. Réjean, very good to meet you.
Guys.
16 Stanley Cups between those two guys. 16!
We were huge fans of the Canadiens. I've got one of your old sticks, straight blade.
The one guy win 11 Stanley Cup is very something.
I guess
very
I was at
special.
the right place at the right time.
And you were a hell of a hockey player, too. And both of you were good hockey players.
They're saying they have a table from your old tavern.
Looks like it.
You think so, Henry?
I'm not sure if I was nervous that the tables weren't going to be from his tavern or I was just nervous, period. We were told the guy took them out of your tavern when you closed it down. Do they look like they're from your tavern?
It looks like it, yeah.
I was so excited when he said that those tables came out of his tavern. The light bulb went on to Sheldon and I that, wow, if we can get them to sign these tables, the provenance is perfect.
If you sign it, I'll buy it.
That's the deal.
Hey. Oh, beautiful.
Now that they're signed, doesn't get any better than that. We're just screaming happy.
Great. We're in, man.
Deal?
Sold. Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
You got a couple more if you want.
I'll take two.
That's a great deal for us. We should be able to double up on those, no problem.
Hey, well, my heart is just racing.
Yeah.
And we sold some tables to Ziggy.
Can you join us for a beer?
Oh, I'd love to.
Wow.
Let's have some beer here.
That was the greatest time I've had in a long time to see two huge heroes of mine and get them to sign a table. You seem to like a nice tavern just like me. Why did you close yours down?
For close to 25 years.
These guys kept winning cups, so you kept having to pick up the tab every year.
That might be a reason, actually.
and the tables look a little tired, maybe.
I don't know what to say. You just can't get any better than this.
Who was the toughest goaltender?
All of them.
I could say the same thing.